Budrus vision, and we are a very diverse group of Israelis, Palestinians, North and South Americans who work to tell the stories of Israelis and Palestinians using nonviolence to end the conflict, and we do that through film. So I'm here to talk to you about our most recent film. It's an 80-minute documentary called Budrus. And the film tells the story of a West Bank village that was threatened with by the route of Israel's separation barrier. And what happened was, an organizer, a really amazing gentleman named Ayad Morar, organized the village, and he, along with his 15-year-old daughter, who organized the women, were able to successfully convince the Israeli government to move the route of the wall using nonviolence throughout the protest. So the story of Budrus rests on three pillars. The first is the power of nonviolence and collective action, as all of you are familiar with. There's an excellent part in the film where Iltizam says, even if you're small and you have nothing, you can do all of this. The second is the role of women. If you see the film, the struggle really didn't take off until the women of the village were front and center and got involved. And when that happened, they started to get attention in Israel, and that was the first time that Israelis came to protest alongside Palestinians. And that's the third pillar, is coming together across divides. It was the first time that women had taken such a prominent role in a nonviolent struggle in the West Bank. It was the first time that Israelis and Palestinians had been working together for a common cause, such as this. It was the first time since there's been such a political divide in Palestinian society that everybody within the village, Hamas, Fatah, whatever their political affiliations, all joined together and agreed that nonviolence was the way that they were going to save their village. Budrus has screened across the world. We opened here in the UK, and we were lucky enough to get we were the top-rated film in the UK the weekend that we opened. Not top-rated documentary, but top-rated film. But we are most excited about our openings in the West Bank, Gaza, and Israel. You can see pictures here of our openings in Ramallah, and the first place we opened was Budrus. And so the picture there where you see it on a screen is actually the girls' school, because there is no theater in Budrus. But half of the village came, along with, we bussed in leaders from neighboring villages so that they could see what the people of Budrus had done, because before this film, they didn't know. They were facing very similar circumstances, and they didn't know that there was a successful model and that this story existed. We also opened throughout Israel. We were part of the Jerusalem International Film Festival. We sold out all of our screenings. We've been invited to screen in every cinematheque in Israel. We've shown from the north to the south. 2 weeks ago, we screened in Sderot, which is an Israeli village you might have heard of because they often receive the rockets that come from Gaza. And during that screening, there was an Israeli border policeman who had actually served in Budrus. And so we always have these screenings, and after the screenings, we have excellent conversations that simply wouldn't occur if it weren't for this film. Just last week, we screened the film for a women's center called VM. And the women there had never heard of the story of Budrus. And as you see in the film, the women are really the key to the success of this movement. And so those women said to us, can you take us to Budrus? And that is what we did. And that is what we hope to do with the support that we'll receive from you, is to show the film throughout the West Bank, in Gaza, in Israel, and to actually have conversations with facilitators about nonviolence. So we took the women, we rented a bus, and we took the women of Liam to meet the women of Budrus, and they were able to discuss what they could do collectively and what they can do in their own societies and in their own villages to create change. So anything I can say is going to be very secondary to the film speaking for itself, so I'll let you see the trailer.
بين فلسطين وإسرائيل. هذا بدرس إنه هي اكتشفنا إنه جدار لا يساوي بالأراضي.
Defense has, in fact, created a solution to terror.
اليوم أنتم تدعون لمسيرة سلمية לרשותם כל האמצעים לכך.
כולנו נמות, והנה האנשים סביבי, שאפילו לא מתכחפים.